Modest doing well to provide cover for him.
All he had to do was just play it back to the goalkeeper, keep it simple. Very risky what he tried to turn back, or turn around rather. Rather risky.
Good football by Vieux for South there. Good interplay. Ball retained by Poyot. Still a little bit of pressure there. Long, ambitious shot.
Yeah, very ambitious. Too ambitious. Our technical team is busy at it, Eli. You could hear the moans and groans. But we're working with them. We're now trying to get his team upfield. Ball going outside. A little under pressure in terms of the passing. Both teams.
Just an observation, though, critic. I don't know if it's because of necessity, because Central have had a number of injuries to, key players, but they seem to be the team that tinkers with their formation the most. Tonight it's a 3-5-2, and we can clearly see the shape. We've seen them play a 4-4-2. We've seen them play 4-3-3. 4-1-4-1. So. What do you think that does in terms of helping the team's chemistry? Does that just might throw it off a little bit, not playing a consistent formation throughout?
I think probably, well, we know Jadel. You and I had a conversation with him, and he basically tells you he likes to do what he's doing in tinkering. But again, availability of players, I think, is one. And your marquee players have been out for quite a bit, so sometimes you have to make do with what you have. And players sometimes are more comfortable and suitable to certain positions as well and formations. Mm-hmm. That's why he's tinkering here, there, and everywhere. But if he had his true squad, like for example, like what we saw earlier in the campaign, you'd have seen him in his traditional, 4-2-3-1, 3-2-5, 3-5, 3-5-1, whatever.
Years old. And it's a foot race. It's very interesting decision or non-decision there, critic. Looked like Obafemi Poyot was in on goal. The referee assistant flag stayed down, but I see Amir Edward moving towards his bench right now, so not sure exactly what's going on, but it looked like a clear red card offense to me.
Yeah, while this was going on, I was watching the referee to see his reaction. And I don't think to date, Eli, or to time, that we have seen a reaction from the referee as yet, All this has happened. He's called on the physios, but I'm still waiting to see what is the outcome. See, he has the ball in hand.
Emery's coming back on, so there was nothing.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, you can even hear some of the spectators speculating about that. It looked clear-cut to me. Right? Obafemi Poyot started off in his half, so he could have not been offside won the foot race against Emery. The fact that both players stayed down suggests that there was quite a bit of contact.
Oh yes, and the only way Emery could have really catch up to Obafemi, it would be from behind.
From behind, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Might be an interesting point in the contest. Remember, this point of the contest happened just about the 25th minute, there, about 25th, 26th minute. But that's these are some of the decisions that will turn a game.
Oh.
Of course, Vieux South still with a goal advantage. They would have wanted to have a man advantage as well. But we play on. There's no VAR at the Semi-Pro Football League for the time being, so take it in stride. Constantine trying to weave his way through. Friendly bounce, and Vieux South retains possession. Alexander Arnold. Trent Alexander. I don't know why I could put it on.
It's all right. We understand. We understand. Once you say one, the key word there is Trent. Once you put the Trent.
I didn't even say Trent. I just said Alexander Arnold.
Well, Alexander is the keyword. Alexander is the keyword. But interesting enough, I was watching Purnell in midfield for Central Castries, and this gentleman needs help. He's getting to the football. He has probably 4 or 5 touches, which is too much already. So his partner in midfield needs to get a little closer to him.
Well, he has 2.
And they're not there at all. I want you to take a look at this. At any time he gets the ball, you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, that's a loose pass. Right? So Central Castries' problem is the midfield is not functioning. That's why you're not seeing the likes of young Pinel in the game. They're not getting a flow to get that ball to him. Basically, like he's basically on his own. Meantime, the V4 team
again
getting the ball, and here's a chance. The ball just going
skewed
across
wide.
the goal, not bad at all. But
Scuffed
again,
it.
that is because of the pressure in midfield. They're not allowing Central Castries to get any sniff of the ball or any control of midfield. The midfielders in Central Castries, yes, they're there, but they're not putting in the effort to come into space, to come and receive the football. Here you see Tad, that's probably, here you see Pinel trying to create on his own and straight back to V4.
Yeah, got a little knock for his troubles there.
Here you see V4 getting control. Ball coming across. Yeah, Central Castries, the message needs to be passed on to Central Castries in terms of what they need to do to take control of this game. If not, we might just see V4 South on the score sheet again.
Yeah, they definitely need to pick up the intensity just a little bit. Try to match the intensity of V4 South. They've been at it from the first whistle. Sort of pressing in spells. Pressing and then taking a little break and then pressing again. Good ball in.
Goalkeeper did very well. Kind of awkward for him, but he was able to get the ball away. Ball comes across again.
Not a good ball in.
Jesus Christ.
But the Obafemi Port will want that one back.
Unmark in the area. Unmark. And he did pretty well. He basically used the pace of the ball to get it to the other side. But again, what he should have done, Eli, the better choice was to hit that ball where it came from, the exact side it came from, rather than going across. Because basically he helped the ball to go across. He should have put that ball in the same direction it came from.
So it was more of a glancing effort.
That's
than
right.
it was
So
a
he
firm
helped
effort.
it on, yeah. And that's stuff you've taught, yeah. When you're a striker, the cross comes in, you just simply use that pace and go back the same direction. But again, we see players unmarked in the area. The defenders were nowhere around.
Yeah, 2 very good opportunities in quick succession for Obafemi Poyot. First one, he screwed it just wide. And that second one, definitely you will feel was the better of the 2 chances, and that he should have bulged the old onion back there.
Again, V4 South first to the ball in midfield. They're winning the duels. They're making it very hard for Central Castries. Look at the setup. Purnell will get a touch, and he can't do much with it. Back to V4. So 1, 2 touches, back to V4.
Our friend Coco. But what a ball in across then! He should have just placed it across. It would have been a tap in for Obafemi Poyot.
Yeah. Again, that is as a result of winning that ball in midfield, like you mentioned. One young Elva, all he had to do was just wait and square the ball back to Obafemi, who could have had a shot on goal, because the angle he received the ball at, it would be very difficult. Make up your mind if you're going to shoot or if you're going to make a pass.
Yeah, if he was all on his own, for sure, you go for goal. But he had to put his head up and see his teammate in acres of space, just waiting to just get any sort of contact on that, and that would have been in the back of the net for 2-0. So Vieux for South spurning opportunities. They also had an opportunity to be upper man in this contest as well. So lots of things going in their favor, but not being able to capitalize on it.
Definitely, they need the finishing just to make it easier for themselves. But every time you still just 1-0, there's always some hope that the team can get on. So they need that goal to at least move on to the end of the first half and then go further.
Yeah, another set piece opportunity for Vieux for South. Central Castries firmly under the cosh right now. Good ball in there. Constantine on it. Trent Alexander. Crossfield ball there. Offside flag up.
Free kick now to Central Castries. That's a loose pass there. Cross in. Defense able to deal with this one.
Yeah, dealt with well. Constantine looking to play in the foul there.
Yes, it is a foul. You know what always amazes me? Player will foul a player. The referee is going to blow. The player who fouled the player will watch the referee and open his arms to say as if, well,
What do you call it?
yeah, like what's up? So
Is that Elva down on the far side there?
yeah, he seems to be.
Feeling a little bit. Jose Master was the one overlapping Taj Constantine there and winning that free kick.
And they're definitely keeping the pressure on Central Castries. Like I said, we haven't seen an instance where South Castries have carved open any opportunities for their strikers. They find it very difficult here tonight at the Soufriere Mini Stadium. Also, the dew factor, Eli, that ball is zipping about pretty quick on the surface. Let's say good night to Dogu, boy. When Dogu win a game, boy, Dogu ain't checking me at all. Dogu, you off and you watching highlights or what? Dogu, you had a comfortable win, man. 2-0, right? Mason Mount and Sesko. Yeah, congratulations, Dogu. And also, I can't remember the name of the team that you support, but congratulations.
Right now, the Tennyson is being another name for lollipop.
I don't remember the name.
When you're going to school, they had these big lollipops called Bon Bon. That's what he is right now.
Emery dealing with the free kick. Young Pinel trying to create, unable to get past the defender for South. And the possession is swiftly back to V for South. I tell you, these guys are really in the mood for this game. They're not allowing Central Castries a time to settle down at all.
Yeah, and we
There's a situation.
Keep alive to it. I was just thinking that before South actually have the likes of Donovan Purpey and Jovic McFarlane on the bench in the event that young Elva is not able to continue, but he seems like he's okay right now.
Yeah. It's a little loose pass there, but able to recover. Interesting ball. Look at this, Eli. Both of them leaving the ball for one another. That would have been on a plate. That would have been on a plate.
I think the left back, Jose Masway, should have continued his run.
And that ball was meant for him, I think.
It was.
That ball was meant for him.
It was.
Yeah.
When he saw Obafemi Poyot making that curved run into a similar area and just sort of deferred to the attacker. Offside.
Yeah, most definitely. Interesting run, but clearly offside.
Yeah, Captain Emery Edward doing well there. You could see him measuring that offside trap and executing well. You're right now.
Okay, good little passage here for Central, and that's what they need to start to do. Pass that ball among themselves to draw out the opposition. We just saw a sample of what they're supposed to be doing, so they're trying to get it together. That's what the midfield need to do. Stitch passes together to draw out for South.
Yeah, it wasn't just the fact that they were passing the ball. They were passing the ball quickly. So a lot of one-touch passes.
Yeah.
Going to get defenders off their axis there. Get them off balance, and that's going to create spaces.
Ball going up. Foul on the player for Central Castries. There's young Pinel. I tell you, he will have a go.
Oh, and he did have
a go.
He did, and Larish following up the first sign of danger there for Central Castries. And what an opportunity that was for young Pinel. It wasn't a clear-cut chance. I think it was a half chance that he made into something good. Yeah.
And that's just a glimpse of what he can do. So that's why the midfield need to play this youngster in, create more chances for him, because he just showed you on his own what he can do.
If you're just joining us, it's 1-0 in favor of Vieux for South. An own goal very early, like about 15 or 20 seconds into the fixture by Shem Erme officially. And Vieux for South, I think they've had the better of the exchanges, but Central Castries slowly growing into the contest.
Just got a little joy there by Pinel. So they would certainly want more of that. Better passing. Definitely a foul. Most definitely. we say so.
Booking there for Jose Mata, it looks like.
Players are coming
Left
in for
back.
the next encounter as well. Persons are making their way in. In the next encounter will feature Grosile versus Canaries. Canaries, of course, a mere 15 minutes away from Soufrière thereabout. Guys from the north coming all the way down. Tough tackle there. But again, that led to the pass. The pass didn't have enough weight on it. Resumption of play. Of course, all protocols may have just been taken. So we have possession now for Vieux for South, and immediately they're on the attack.
England and Ferdinand was in the 2D protocol there.
Trying to slip him through.
Was in the 2D protocol there for a second.
Yes, yes, of course. You have to do. They have to do what they have to do.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Player safety is paramount.
Just a chance. Jesus. Again, they always tell you to try to deal with those balls from the first onset, the first bounce. But the ball just kept on bouncing and no defender paid any mind to it. And he just may have just given him a sniff. But he was unable to direct it on goal.
Yeah, it was a half chance, maybe even a quarter. Tried to make something of it.
But defenders must take charge. That first bounce is very important. As I say that ball is going to bounce right to the midway.
Time.
And it's going to be half time at the right time. So, Eli, it's 1-0 in favor of Vieux for South. They seem to have the better of the exchange in the first half.
Yes, indeed.
Let's see what they're going to come back with in the second half. Likewise, Central Castries. We're back here at the Sufa Mini Stadium for second of action. First football, St. Lucia, semi-pro football that is. 1-0. The team in green, Vieux South, they lead versus Central Castries. It's a scenario where you want to build on your lead. It's a scenario for Central Castries to want to get back in the contest. And as I say so, it's a foul reaction. Ball will be going up. Immediate yellow card to Gio as the second half begins.
Yeah, very eventful first half. We saw a goal, an own goal, albeit by Shem Urme. A scenario that many thought would have resulted in the sending off of Emery Edward, but it was not to be. And a whole host of chances created by Vieux South. And towards the end of the first half, we saw Central get in on the action and create some chances of their own.
Yeah, little job, the wall doing its job, so it's a corner. Vieux South corner. Eventful at least. So it's been an eventful game because an own goal and a possible red card situation. However, let's see what's going to pan out. It's an in-swinger for Vieux South.
I can tell you already I have some team news for the next fixture. It's going to be rather interesting, Critic.
Okay. Okay. You can do that.
Just in case you're wondering, it's Castries versus Grosday. The second fixture this evening down at the Sufa Mini Stadium. Ball comes across the face of the goal. Fernando William clears it off the Vieux South player for a goal kick.
Yeah. Central Castries need to start off this second half similar to how Vieux style of the first half. And I say so, a loose pass there by Central Castries, not able to keep it in play. Is he able to do so? He was just able. And again, we see a little lethargic approach by Central. Again, Eli, teams, there are some big teams in the tournament, no doubt. I mean, the table doesn't lie based upon your positioning. And I'm just going to say it off my head. You have Leclerc, you have Mabuya, you have Central, you have Canaries, you have Vieux South. But some of the so-called big teams, they lack a little sense of urgency. It's as if it's, I don't want to say it's a walk in the park, but urgency. Show me some urgency. Like for example, Central is down 1. But I'm not seeing that, that message being traveling across where the skipper is going to get on everybody's back or somebody's going to be, let's take it to them. Show me that you're a big team in a big league.
I mean, my take on that is that I think Central can be a bit one-dimensional sometimes. They like to control the pace of the game. They like to control the tempo, the rhythm, the flow. They want to control possession. And when the situation arises, when they probably need to be a little bit more direct, they are not able to switch up and play in that manner. Sort of like Manchester City. They play one way. They live by it, they die by it. But you want to be able to have that variation in your play. Sometimes you need to bypass the midfield. So, for example, before South, we saw them implementing a very good press in the first half. Maybe you needed a ball to just bypass the midfield and go over the top a couple of times to just reset things.
Yeah, you're correct. Yeah, and that comes with, I guess, the technical ability of not only the players, but the coaching staff to see these instances where you get at your players, Switch it up. Corner comes in.
Good ball in.
Goalkeeper doing just
enough.
able to get enough onto it.
Yep.
Another corner for Central this time. Punal will go across. And of course, he'll be looking for the head of Emery. Emery had 2 snaps at it. He was able to get on the score sheet last time out. Let's see if he can make amends again this time around.
Of course, I must mention our sprint queen, Julian Alfred. Homecoming on Thursday. Welcome home, Julian. Bringing us our first ever World Championship medal, a bronze medal in the 100-meter finals, just a couple short weeks ago in Tokyo, Japan.
You think she's watching the stream?
I don't know, maybe. I mean, her brother plays in the semi-pro,
Yes.
so that's reason enough to watch.
Yes, yeah. Well, good night to you, Sprint Queen. I hope she doesn't watch only when South Castries is playing. Every now and then, just see what's happening, Sprint Queen. I mean, you're fast enough. Yeah. Blink of an eye, Check it out. Vieux for South keeping possession. Here is Pinel.
Nice bit of skill there.
But
again, he's up against 2 and 3.
very difficult. I think if anybody can get on the score sheet tonight for Central Castries, it would be him. But he just hasn't seen the light. He hasn't seen it.
Vieux for South on the attack again. Ball coming across. A little bit of a melee then. What's going on? It's offside.
2 players down, Tad. Down, the goalkeeper was down for a bit as well. Again, too easy to get to the back line of Central Castries. I can tell you, I've seen the Vieux for South team play throughout the entire campaign, but I've never really seen them.
And they've lost it again, and a strike coming in then.
Seems they're really, really up for it.
Ricochets off of Tad Modest again, gets in the way there, and Kimlen Mason putting one in. Out by Emery. All sorts of chaos happening in the defensive box of Central Castries right now. Bernard Williams trying to cool the pace down, but won again by their captain, Kimlen Mason. Ball coming across again, dealt with by Emery Edward Alexander. Potato.
Life very difficult for Central Castries. And here you see that immediate press by Vieux for South. And I was making the point, Eli, I've watched the Vieux for South team for the entire campaign, but I've never seen them so ready. So ready for an opponent. Those guys are literally not allowing Central Castries to settle down at any given time.
Reminds me of the fixture against Leclerc, which ended in a draw, a 1-1 draw. Leclerc a late goal by Ajani Hippolyte there to level things up. But it was a similar thing. They did not allow Leclerc to play their usual game.
But tonight they have raised it a little more. I understand. I remember that they were doing that against Leclerc, but tonight they were just bringing up a notch. And I remember Coco Bellas, who is an avid fan of Vieux for South. He always says, once they're from Castries, beat them. So I don't know that message.
Motivation.
Yeah, I don't know that message was spread across the camp. I don't know. But they're certainly up for it. See this loose pass there by Central Castries. Look at how they're fighting. Look at how they want every bit of it. You see the intensity?
Nice Pinel there. And driving through.
This youngster has a good fight about him. Like I said, if anybody's going to score for Central Castries tonight, it might just be young Pinel.
Yeah, he's trying to do it all on his own. Before South playing out from the back. And that's what I'm talking about, critic. Survey for South just up to go long there. Sometimes they play out from the back. Sometimes they change it up.
Yeah, you have to mix it up. I mean, you cannot have one approach. So definitely there's something that they are accustomed of doing, something that is part of their game. Yeah. And they're in the driver's seat, eh? They're in the driver's seat. One more goal for Vieux South would be, would spell real trouble for St. Castries.
Kimlan Mason loose there, but Fortuitous gets it back. Obafemi Poyot. Out wide to Constantine. Cross blocked there.
Good block there by Young Gio. So throwing now to Vieux South. Good interpassing there by Vieux South. Pinel. Stepping on that ball a bit, tad. Another through ball for the youngster, keeping the possession. See young Pernal trying to put passes together.
Did you just say young Pernal?
Yeah. He looks very young tonight. Yes. I don't know if you have a trim or something.
Ball lost their possession, lost there.
You see the pressure immediately by Vieux South. A through ball. That ball might just be a cut back. Goalkeeper able to deal with it, but immediate pressure on Emery. Imagine that ball. There are 2 players bearing down on him.
Yeah, I actually felt Obafemi should have played in.
Yes, earlier.
What's his name? Elva.
Earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, earlier. Tad using some experience there. St. Castries surely want to get on the score sheet. Could hold the play. Just give it away. It's Vieux South again. Through ball.
Offside.
Whistle should be coming any time from now. The flag is up.
Nice little dink, but he's caught offside.
I'm searching upfield. Just playing in young Pinel.
Looking for the 1-2 and gets it. He has a little turn of pace.
Too easy. Here's the break now. 4-3.
Good football! And he's called offside.
Wow. That was close.
That was wow.
Very close.
I mean, we always concede that the referee's assistant has a better angle than we do up here in the commentary box, but that one looked
extremely close.
Yeah, I'll leave it at that. Extremely close. Yeah.
Pass is just not coming through for. Better passing from Central Castries. They are a little too hasty with the final pass. The situation. Flag going up. That was saved by the flag. Being blown offside right there.
Keen pressure there by Vieux for
Loose,
South.
very loose.
And here is Elva straight down the pipe.
In a true
Easily
position to
caught
collect.
it. Yes. Done well this evening. Custodian Alton lineup for Central Castries. He's caught what he had to catch, punched away what he had to punch away.
He's been all right despite that early goal. He has really held his own in goal as well. But Central Castries is so badly. They need an opportunity. Again, we saw some instances where they were a little too hasty in having the wrong choice of pass. Can they put it together? Meantime, Vieux wants to increase the lead. Seeing some substitutions there. And number 9 up front. Also seeing substitutions before South.
It looks like Jovic McFarlane set to come in.
And Titus Elva making way.
Yeah.
Saviola.
Viola Elva. Is that Elva and Puppy making their way in, is it?
Immediately he has a chance.
Just a heavy touch.
Yeah. That'll be very interesting.
That's Raheem Lionel. He has a turn of pace, critic. He gets the opportunity to stretch those legs. Much in the mold of Darrell Francis for Chazelle.
Rather lucky.
Yeah, Gio staying down there. Ball played through. As well to keep it in.
That's the due factor.
Done by the due? Giovanni Saltibus has stayed down for Central Castries. Last thing they want is more injuries. Just return the skipper, Emery Edward. Bernal William just returned to the fold. Of course, they lost Benaro Wellington a couple weekends ago in Grosile. Shaquan Nelson still out, so you don't want Giovanni Saltibus to be out as well.
Yeah, the game comes with injuries. That's why you need a deep squad. You need to have your scouting in place to have players of good quality. You need to have your physio work almost overtime and magic to have those players back from the dressing room. There's a lot that needs to be done. It looks like he has a cramp. From what I see that they're doing, he's a young, strong guy. So in the meantime, Central Castries will be playing with 10 men. But Femi trying to turn and shot. Good save by keeper. Emery just ushering it out. Trying to live to see another day. I think he was blown offside. What is it? It's a goal kick to Central Castries. Central Castries deep in their own half, trying to get out. No outlet. Good recovery there in midfield by Central Castries. By Vieux, that is. So you see Punal trying to play in young Pinel. It's been a difficult night for Central Castries. They're just not able to put it together, Eli. Not at all. They're trying, but for some reason, it's just not coming out. The Vieux guys are up for the challenge.
Vieux has been having a good time tonight. Central Castries have not posed too much threat. Foul there on. It's a foul against Tadmodus.
Quick free kick attempted there by Vieux South. Loose pass. There's another situation. No pressure. Keep the ball and play number 11. But again, he tried to make that pass. And it just didn't work out.
The lads from Grozile are about to go through their paces. The way this game started, Critic, I thought we would be talking 3-2 right now at this stage of the game.
I think if you ask me, it's been disappointing. I mean, you have two teams, 3 and 4, which means if they maintain their position, they will be in the playoffs in Tier 1. Vieux can be credited for the early goal, fair enough. But thereafter, no. Similar to Central Castries. They scored very early, which means that you have enough time to get back into the game. But the quality of passing has eluded them. Quality of passing.
Yeah, and I just say so. They just underscored that.
You see a break on the right side for Vieux South.
Constantine. Oh! Vieux South looking dangerous. Critic, they looked dangerous the entire night, to be fair. Created a number of opportunities. They'll feel that they should be up by at least 2 or 3.
I don't think anything happened there. Player went down. I didn't see anything happen.
He stayed down.
He stayed down. And watch how quick he'll get up. Just wait and see.
Not after taking his boot off. Normally when you see that happen, that suggests to me that he may have just inadvertently got stood on as opposed to some sort of tackle or...
Yeah, but these days, this type of boots, some of them don't come with laces. Any little touch, they slip off.
Yeah, they're very thin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eli, I'm saying to you, my team is down 1-0. I have a speed to burn. You have to play through the pain, you know. He's ready. Yeah, he's back ready.
Yeah, he's ready.
He's back ready.
Just telling you about the lollipops. Bon. Folks listening on the stream, nothing to do with that. There's a gentleman with a shirt that says Bon. Nothing to do with the play on the field.
So what do I have to do with me?
But that's what you were being a while ago.
No,
you say to Dogo, you don't remember the name of the team. You know, that's what you were being. A Bon.
And lo and behold. But you see who's wearing the shirt, right?
Who's right?
Jean-Baptiste.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He's been a Bon for his team too. Before South with the possession, try to play in the player. Quick recovery there. I say so, they give it away again. Clearance this time. Just wins Castries' finger on a brick. As V4 team capitalizes and just takes the ball away. I think we've seen Gregson, president, coming to the game now, Eli. Big player for V4 South, came back from injury. I don't know. Senator Castries is waiting for some magic from Pernal William. They need a big player to come good. Inel not ready for that pass. Not ready at all for that pass. It's a goal kick now to V4 South. Still leading 1-0. They too would want some insurance. Castries keeping that ball ticking. Final pass again. Southward, wayward sort of pass. We're approaching the 75th minute mark. Still 1-0. Tough tackling right there. Again, better passing into the area. There's a break for South. There's a break. Player coming in. About Femi getting a chance. A little wide for him. Oh, good defending. Throwing now to Central. Central still aiming, good defending there by Emery, trying to intercept. Here for South. Player call offside. Possession 2. Central Castries. Foul. Player goes down again, save number 11. So free kick to Vieux for South. The game has gone very quiet. I don't know if Vieux for South is comfortable with the 1-goal lead. A situation where we hold what we have, keeping the ball away from Central Castries. Ball. It's going to be a throw in now to Vieux for South. Jostling in midfield there. Pernal not wanting to give up. Just receiving a yellow card. And normally I tell you, when you guys don't hear Eli's voice, it's gone to the bakery. Through ball there from Vieux, cut back in an area. Just behind the player. Again, the pass is not coming through for Central Castries. Sort of a frustrating night for them. Ball, keeper collects. Trying to play in the speedster. Number 11 seems to be the route that they're wanting to take. But now Suwesa, 3 defenders from Vieux South converging on him. No chance. Again, loose passing from Central Castries. Yeah, loose pass by V4, allowing Central to capitalize on it. It's a free kick now. I think it's a do or die situation for them. Can you get that ball into the right area? Lobbed in the area. Emery getting onto it. Not the way you want to go into a tackle, Tad. Card for sure. Yellow card for sure. Again, Vieux South just milking the clock. We're approaching the 84th minute.
Back from the bakery. Had myself some hot coconut turnovers. Back of the action. Was still 1-0 there.
Right about the passing. Hasn't been on point at all tonight.
Whilst we've been calling the game, though, the Super Mini Stadium has been filling up nicely. Of course, Castries is up next, so expect members of the Castries village to take the short trip across. It's about 10 minutes drive.
For you? 10 minutes drive for you, you mean?
Yeah, maybe 8 for you.
8. You know Oscar Piastri? You know that name, right?
I don't know that name.
All right. You'll Google it.
No, I won't.
You know Landon Norris?
This guy's trying to hold me in a piggy, guys.
You know that name?
I'm not playing drafts with him tonight.
Do you know of Max Verstappen?
I know not of what you speak, sir.
Fernando Alonso? You know those names? All right. That's your category, my brother.
I know not of what you speak, sir.
All right. It's going to be a throw-in to Central Castries. They may want to employ a long throw, but they opt to keep it simple. And foul throw at it. Again, these are little situations where you can win the game, but they're not up for it. Sanakash is on the charge. Good defending there by Vieux for South.
Yeah, Central Castries definitely have not played up to their standard. You'd have thought with Donald Williams coming back into midfield that would have given them a little bit more impetus. Kimlan Mason using all his experience there. Ball one back though.
Punal trying his best. He just won a free kick. Last chance for them, Eli?
Let's see. Semi-Pro has been known to serve up quite a few late goals. Good ball in there by his left foot. Another free kick one there. I tell you, critic, I love the environment down there in Soufrière, or Soufrière, as my good friend Chicks would say.
You're enjoying yourself, my brother. Yeah, too much to do. Too much to do. And that in itself just tells us or shows us the complexion of what has been happening. Too much to do. I think we can say Vieux for South is going to be making the trip back down on St. Jude's Highway for 1-0 victory. Pass on the left side. Searching ball. Keeper at ease.
Yeah, if they keep this 1-goal advantage, they will be level on points now with Central Castries, but Central Castries will be on +4 with their goal difference, and South will be on +1. Prior to tonight, they've scored as many as they've conceded. They were on an even 0. Scored 14 and conceded 14 in their 9 games. You know, if you had asked me without me looking at the table, I would have probably said Vieux South has scored more goals than 14 from 9. Almost like a little over 1.5 goals per game.
Yeah, but they're a good defensive team. They don't really score much, but they hold their own defensively. Tonight we just saw them suffocate Castries' attack. Although I would expect them to get on the score sheet, probably increase the scoreline, but they seem able to defend that one goal lead.
Yeah, well, they've had the opportunities. They've not made them count. Central Castries' struggles of late continue. Like another injury, number 17 for Central Castries. Got hit in an awkward area, it looks like. Rivaldo Shalmine.
Yellow card to Gregson, president. Two players down.
Pinel also doubling back and executing some defensive duties there.
And we have about 3 minutes in added time.
Yeah, game just... It's done now. And there you have it, folks. 1-0 Vieux South over Central Castries. You can't say they didn't deserve it through their play throughout the 90 minutes, but you could credit that victory to an own goal by Sham Urme about 10-15 seconds into the contest, and that's how it ends. 1-0 Vieux South over Central Castries. Just stick around. Post-match interview coming your way. And of course, a second fixture for tonight between Grosley and the Canaries. For Tennyson Glasgow, Elijah Williams. Good night.
Here with the captain for the Seven Castries team, Ms. Emery Alexander. Emery, it's a tough night. For some reason, the passing didn't come through at all. What was wrong with Seven Castries tonight?
Poor execution all around. We started bad, and we took too long to get into the game, and for that we were punished.
Yeah, it looked like as if you guys were lethargic to a certain extent, sluggish as well. But there was not that sort of charge like normally. I know a team will, the message will go through that, hey guys, we need to step it up. I didn't see that coming from you guys tonight.
Well, after the bad start, they punished us, so we punished ourselves. And we got back in the game in increments. The press was good for the beginning, for the first 10-15 minutes. They got tired. We started to come out, but we were not efficient enough. We didn't take our chances. We got 2 chances towards the end of the second half. We didn't take them, and when you do take chances, you lose games.
So back to the drawing board. Of course, you guys have some fixtures that you could make up for this one. Do you think you guys can get back in?
Well, that is our plan, to win every game. We lose this one. Feels like every other game. We have to try and win the next one. That's the goal.
All right, Emery, thank you for speaking with us.
Blessings.
For Vieux South, Kimlan Mason. Kimlan, a very hard-fought game to a certain extent. You guys got on the scoring sheet very early. Was that the plan?
Well, the plan was always to go at them, because we played them once already, and we saw how they played. Went back to the drawing board. We came out, just go at them, see what we can get from it.
So you pleased with the performance and the free point?
I'm not too pleased with it. As number of chances, we didn't take it, but we got one, and we went right through with it, so.
But you'll take the result and push on, right?
Yes, right, true.
All right, I wish you guys all the best going forward.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, thank you for speaking with us. Folks, we ask you to stick around. We have one more matchup where we will feature Castries versus Grosile. Fellas.